Good morning. Today's video is again on indirect speech or reported speech. In my previous video, we saw how the questions that can be answered in yes or no are converted into indirect speech. Now let's see how a second set of questions can be converted into indirect speech. Now we have a few questions that have question words like who, when, how, what, why, where, which. So let's see how we can convert the questions in question form, starting with these question words. Let's not forget the rules of conversion. The words to my left in red are used in direct speech and they need to be converted to indirect speech by using the words seen to the right in blue. Let's see one example. Abhinav said to Bhanu, which section are you in? Can you answer this? Can you answer this part of the question? Which section are you in yes or no? Well, we cannot answer because this kind of a question has a specific answer. He cannot say that I am not or I am. He is supposed to say I am in 9A or 9B, whichever section. So let's see the answer. The question again is, Abhinav said to Bhanu, which section are you in? I have underlined the words that are to be converted. Said to changes to asked because the question is in question form. Here, the comma or inverted comma needs to be broken by using this word itself because it cannot be answered in yes or no. And as we discussed in the previous video, whenever the comma or inverted comma are broken in questions that are in question form, the next word should be a noun or a pronoun. So Abhijay asked Bhanu which section he was in. As you can see, there is a pronoun here. R changes to was. Well, this answer sounds a bit different because we generally don't speak this kind of English, but the answer that you see on the screen is the one that is grammatically correct and that is created after following the rules of conversion. Now let's see the other example where the question in question form starts with the question word why. Ram said to Mohit, why are you late today? I have underlined the words that are to be converted and you can see they are in red. Again, why are you late cannot be answered in yes or no. So to break the comma or inverted comma, we have to use the word why itself. Why itself. Okay, and the next word is he. It's a pronoun. As I told you, the next word should be either a noun or a pronoun. Was late that day. Once we know the rules of conversion and know the basic tricks as to what has to be converted to what and when, I think it's very easy to speak and write correct English, which is grammatically accurate. Now let's see one more example. An example where the question in question form has a question word called how. Simeon said to Paul, "How will the papers be evaluated this year?" Simeon asked Paul how the papers would be evaluated that year. I think it's easy. Let's see one more example where the question word is where. Preeti said to Ganesh, "Where did the coronavirus originate from?" I have underlined the words that are to be converted. You can see here did originate is given, which is in past tense. And I told you in the previous video, if the word is in past tense, it has to be converted to past perfect tense. So if it is did originate, it is had originated. Let's see the answer. Ask Ganesh where the coronavirus had originated from. After where, the next thing is a noun. Let's see one more example where the question word is when. Mihir said to Janav, "When will CBSE declare class 10 results?" Only two changes. One is this and one is this as per the rules of conversion. Which one is correct? This or that? Okay. Taruni said to Tarun, which is the most populous country in the world? And question word is which here. Taruni asked Tarun, which country was the most populous in the world? After which, the next word is a noun. We have to be very careful in writing the correct noun or the pronoun after the word that breaks the comma or inverted commas. Let's see the example. The doctor said to the patient, "Eat at least one apple daily." Now, what do the doctors generally do? Do they suggest, do they command, or do they advise? Let's see. Yeah, so the doctor advised the patient to eat at least one apple a day. Here the question is not in question form. Here the doctor is advising something to the patient. So it's like, this word eat looks like an instruction word. So the answer in reported speech also takes a different form. Let's see one more example. The officer said to the soldier, "Sit down now." I think the words that are spoken by the officer, they sound a bit rude or harsh. So said to will change accordingly. The officer commanded the soldier to sit down then. I hope the rules of conversion are clear and we are in a position to convert direct speech into indirect speech. The knowledge of conversion has to be implemented both in written and spoken form. Only then we can be confident about our English. Thank you.